back to a new video, this time about all the hints and theories leading to Daniel as the mole. And if you haven't checked it out yet, then make sure to watch yesterday's video about Renomi, and tomorrow there will also be a video about Jurre. And definitely watch that one, because I will also mention some hints leading to Jurre as the mole, which I haven't mentioned yet in any of my hints and theories videos during this season. Also keep in mind that these videos are only about hints and theories leading to that person as a mole and not about any anti-mole actions. Let's start with a more general hint leading to Daniel, the fact that he's an investigative journalist who has a lot to do and knows a lot about hacking, computers, the dark web, and all of that came back several times in several hints. For example, back in November, when the Dutch fans had the chance to figure out who the candidates were, they kind of had to hack the boxes and they've had to figure out codes, and that of course can be interpreted as a hint to Daniel. And also the rubber ducks are referring to the, computer IT world as well. Another more general hint is that the number 4 played a bigger role during that season, and the 4th letter of the alphabet is the letter D, and that of course stands for Daniel. Now let's have a close look into the episodes and what Daniel did in those. In episode number 3, he wanted to take a leading position during the task with the quads, and in general he liked to, take the lead, decide who would be on an important position, and of course as the mole that is always very important, because with deciding who should do what, you can influence the game. Also in the task with the ship, he was very eager to get the jokers. He basically decided for Jurre, Soy and himself to choose the jokers and not go for the money, as they had actually planned together with the whole group. And that of course meant no money added to the pot. In episode number 4, Daniel is the first one in the maze, which is an interesting position for the mole, because as the first one you have the chance to get rid of some of those lists which, were worth money. You have the chance to manipulate things, and in the end you also got caught and didn't earn any money in that task. Also, the second task in that episode was called Lonely Heat, and Daniel was the one on the plane, being the lonely one up in the air. And he also didn't spot the group right away. Actually, it was the pilot who saw the group first. And let's be honest, his idea to shout down that they should call the number was kind of silly, because, the plane was so far away from the group and it also makes quite some noise. They would have never heard him shouting. In episode number 5, he again took a leading position in deciding that he definitely wanted to be in the church, and as we know, they didn't earn a lot of money in that church task. Also, later in that episode, when we had the portraits of the candidates, he was shown as a priest, which of course referred to the churches again, which played a huge role during that episode. And he also was part of the Morse code group in that task in the Milner Hotel. And as you know, one of the Morse codes, failed. They figured out that Renomi's character trait would be small, which of course isn't a character trait. So definitely Renomi's money couldn't be won anymore. In episode number 6, during the road trip, he at first wanted to buy one of those boxes with the elimination shares so badly. And then when it was clear that Anke would buy the second one, he stepped back and let her buy one. And of course the mole would want to achieve that. There were 2 boxes bought in his group, simply because that would mean that the highest amount of money would be played out of the pot. And he achieved that, and at the same time stayed out of the elimination, so perfect situation for the mole. In episode number 7, during the paragliding task, he landed in the field of 1,000 euro. And yes, that means that he won 1,000 euro. But at the same time, they needed 2 people to be in the field with the 2,000 euro. And as there was only Anke following him, they both would have needed to land there. And he didn't do that, and that means that he won 1,000 euro, but he also made sure that they wouldn't win 2,000 euro. In episode number 8, he immediately wants to grab envelope number 2, which was the most important one with the exemption, and of course the mole would know which envelope to grab. And also for the fact that he kind of took photos for the first time, at least that's what he wants us to believe, I think his photos turned out very good. And he almost won the game. And later in that episode, in the laser game task, he was out of the game pretty quickly. A bit due to soy, but also he lost his third life by standing up and not hiding anymore, which of course made him a very easy target. And by not being able to play anymore, it also meant at the same time that he would be close to the important codes which they needed to get to the money. So that is actually a really good position for Mole to, well, maul a bit with the codes, and as you know, they couldn't figure out one of the codes. And in episode number 9, he at first didn't pick up any of the calls while going down that heat. And last but not least, Molnjachas also figured out that there was something different in his phone call. So there's a sentence the mole mentions to Ranomi as well as to Jurre, and that sentence is like, is it your tactic or is it mine? And that sentence is missing in the phone call to Daniël. Now that we're all hints and theories leading to Daniël as the mole, let me know down there in the comments below if you think if he is the mole or not. And also, if he's not the mole, what do you think? Will he win the game or will he be the losing finalist? Also make sure to check out yesterday's video about Ranomi and stay tuned for tomorrow's video about Jurre, in which I will also present you some hints that I haven't mentioned yet in my hints and theories videos during the season. To not miss any further hints and theories videos, subscribe to this channel here and also check out my social media accounts. I hope to see you back in tomorrow's video. Until then, bye!